Aye. Yes, people, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV podcast, Premier League debate show / prediction show. Got Tobias 1906. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Press the like button so we can grow. All right, we're going to go straight into the predictions. So if you're new to the channel, every week we do a prediction. And if you get the correct result, you get 1 point. If you get the correct score line, you get 3 points. Tobias is in the lead with 7. Myself, 1906, with 5. So if you want to join in, make sure you put in the comments, put your predictions in. Tobias has come from nowhere.
I was on the floor at 1 minute.
Tobias was on the floor in the relegation zone.
Wow.
Now he's took the lead. So there's 4 games to go. Plus, we're going to do a bonus. We're going to do the Champions League and Europa League as well. So there's 6 games left. Tobias is in the lead. All right, let's go straight into the predictions. I'll start off with 1906's predictions.
You know it.
1906 has gone for a away win for Southampton.
Yep.
Aston Villa to beat Burnley.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Aston Villa to beat Burnley.
These are like accumulator ones, you know.
I know. Just go straight away wins.
The ones that get all these away wins.
Aston Villa away. Chelsea to beat Wolves 3-0, and Chelsea are not in the best form. No, Wolves, to be fair. Wolves are on the beach. Palace to beat Watford. Yeah, Watford are done.
I think so.
Brighton.
Away win.
Basically, away win for Man United because Man United beat Brentford. I think Man United think they're on top of the road. They've been turning the corner for the last 10 years. Turning the corner. They've been always turning the corner.
Months, mate. It's a coach.
We turned the corner with the same players that we've had for 8 years.
Turning the corner against Brentford. Brentford on the beach. All right. So, but Man United to get the away win. All right. Liverpool to the Mighty Reds. 12 wins on the spin to beat Spurs. Arsenal to get a result against Leeds. Arsenal in good form, to be fair. Leicester, Everton. Everton to get a result, a draw. They will need a draw, to be fair, because I think Burnley will beat Aston Villa.
But I watched the last podcast, and Chris wasn't giving 906 wasn't giving them a chance for anyone. He was like, "Nah, I can't see him winning there."
I know. And when we talked about the Leicester game, he was saying, Everton ain't going to get nothing. Nah, Everton are going to get a result against Leicester. I'm like, what is this guy going on about?
It's desperate times, man. Desperate times.
And you know what? Just talking about that last podcast when I was watching it, the way he's got belly laughed when he was talking about Man United, yeah? Okay. that was way too much. You don't like that laughter from the belly. Nah. Yeah, you start taking the mic. I ain't gonna lie.
I think United have turned the corner. So I think Everton are going to creep up. They've got everything to play for. It's going to be, people just going out there with limbs left on the pitch. I can see it happening, but I can still see City. I can still see City doing Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? That Maximus, he ain't got a clue.
Well, we're going to talk about City. I think City are on the floor. You know, to me, we'll get into City anyway. But I personally think it doesn't matter if they win the league. Like they've blown the big one. So, all right, you've gone for Leicester to draw with Everton, West Ham to beat Norwich, and Man City to get the 3 points as usual against Newcastle. All right, let's go to the champs predictions. It's got Brentford to draw. I think both teams are on the beach. To be fair, they're done. Burnley to beat Aston Villa, and if Burnley could beat Aston Villa, I think that's enough. I think Leeds are in dire straits.
Does Dyche stock go down if Burnley stay out?
It does, because what the caretaker manager has done, he's put Waghorse and Rodriguez up front, and he's put Kone. Who's the left winger? McNeil. I was struggling. I can't believe I forgot McNeil. But McNeil and Kone. So he's basically put 4-4-2, put proper wingers and gone attacking. And you're seeing Brownhill making runs and all this stuff. Like he's literally just got them a bit more going forward. And if Burnley go down, he's struggling. I think his stock has gone down.
If they stay up, I reckon it does diminish what he done over the years slightly. Just because of the position they was in, everyone was saying it was especially when they sacked him, it was like definitely not. And I was the same. I was like, woof, it's a bit of a tight one, but football's mad, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. And 1 minute you think you're on the top of the world, next minute you're down. I thought Burnley were down and out. Now they must be the favourites out of Leeds and Everton to get that fourth, basically staying up into the Prem. But yeah, Burnley 2-1. Chelsea to beat Wolves. Palace 3-2, a high-scoring game. Brighton 1, Manchester United 2, and an away win because they beat the mighty Brentford.
You know, when have I ever gone against us? I haven't. I'm yet to do it. Yeah. So
you did against us when we played you. You did.
I said a draw, bro.
You did. Yeah.
I ain't gone against us yet. Yeah.
An away win.
So won't allow me to do it.
You away win. You know what kills me? I was looking at it as well. We'll go into it. He's gone. He's got Liverpool to get draw with Spurs. What you think because of the Champions League? He's gone 2-2. He's got Arsenal 1-1. That's what killed me because Tobias slyly, you know what? Tobias slyly thinks he can get top 4, you know. So that's why. That's why he put 1-1. When I saw 1-1, I was dying because he's thinking, sliding his head. We won one game.
Never.
Top 4 still on.
I don't think it is.
Ronaldo's back.
We've got 2 games left, and everyone else has got 3, isn't it?
So I think the maximum you can get is 64.
Yeah,
I think Chelsea on 65.
I've gone for 1-1 because I always said that Tottenham would eventually get the top 4 spot, and also Leeds are fighting for their lives as well.
Yeah, they are.
They're down there. They're on the same points as Burnley, are they not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they are. All right, Leicester 1-0 against Everton. You think who's going down? Who's going down? If you had to pick, we know Watford.
I think Everton are going down. Everton or Leeds are going down. This is why this weekend for those teams are crucial.
You got to pick one.
If Burnley are on a high, even though winning, is it going to be 3 in a row, 4 in a row if they win again? So I can't really see them doing that. But then I can in the other aspect because I've gone for them. But Everton can't stink out the place like they did against Chelsea and in a way against us. Leicester's going to be a totally different game.
100%. I think Everton are going down. I think out of the 3 managers, I know the Burnley manager's a caretaker, but I think he's got a bit of a formula going.
Hey, what are you trying to do on a minute? You're trying to sabotage me or something? Did I see Norwich 2, West Ham 0? That's sabotage.
That's what you put, bro. That's what you put. You put Norwich 2, West Ham 0.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. What's in came in.
That's what you put. You put
sabotage.
You can't change it, mate, bro. Bro, look at your thing. You put it in.
No, I didn't. Look at it again. Look at it again. I put Norwich 0-2. Yeah? Look at it again. Change my thing, yeah?
No, you can't, man. You can't.
Sabotage, you know what? See?
You can't
it's better I send it like that. Look at his teeth about Norwich 2. I looked at it, I'm like, look at this guy.
I was thinking, you know what? I was thinking, when he said Norwich, I was thinking, he's maybe thinking West Ham are going to go all the way in the game today, go to penalties, and you think they're just going to rest everybody. But all right, I'll change that. He's gone for West Ham 2. Percy, he's put it in. He's saying that West Ham 2. Norwich 0.
Check it. Listen,
Oh, mate, it feels, boy, it came through to the system, mate. It said Norwich 0. It said Norwich 2, West Ham 0. All right, I'll change it because I thought no cheating. I just want to beat you guys fair and square.
I'm not happy with that. I just want to let you know I'm not happy with the change.
You lot guys fair and square.
You've been on every podcast, every episode, yeah, and you're borderline bottom. You know, how does that work? I've missed half the season. I've missed half the season.
Bro, I'm second. I'm not even arguing, but we'll see at the end of it. We'll argue
You
at the
can't
end.
argue.
This is the only thing. This is the only thing Man United might win in it. The Raw Talk Football TV prediction show. That's the only thing it might win.
You know what we didn't organise as well? What the winner gets, I expect a bottle. Yeah, he's got a better fun together.
Yeah, we'll get you a bottle, man. We'll get you a bottle.
Yeah?
We'll get you a bottle when me or 1906 win. But yeah,
Right,
Man City 3.
Oh,
Man City 3, Newcastle 1, same as 1906. All right. Last one. So my predictions are I've gone Brentford 1, Southampton 1. I've gone Burnley to win 1-0, a nervy 1-0 against Aston Villa. I think Chelsea will get a nervy win against Wolves. I'm going 3-1 Palace. I think Watford are done. And I'm going for a draw.
Any more 1-1s there or what?
Mate, that's what I'm going for. Not 1-1s. Don't worry it. You'll see
what
it.
he's trying to do, yeah? It's only one score that matters. You see what Shaq's caught onto? It's just getting one score. Yeah. I'm surprised.
It's about getting one correct score, and if you can get the rest of them, you're nice to get the points, isn't it? It's all about tactics.
You're not game players, man. You're not even real with the prediction, man. Game players.
I've got 3-1.
You was there at one point. You was there with your paper and that. Can't you remember?
I remember.
1906 was looking at his paper.
I was just doing the maths.
You had the league table. You had everything there. Injury list, the whole shebang.
All right. I've gone for Palace to beat Watford 3-1. I've gone for a draw with Brighton, Manchester United. Both teams you can't trust. So I've gone for a draw.
Wow.
I've gone Liverpool to win 3-2. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think we're going to suffer a bit. I think if there's stylistically, it kind of works for Tottenham playing against us with the high line. And I think they've got ruthless forward players in Son and Kane to get their chances. But I think we'll win 3-2. I think Arsenal beat Leeds comfortably. Leicester will win. I think Everton are going down. I think West Ham will win 3-0 because I think they're going to win today against Eintracht Frankfurt. And I'm going for a draw with Man City and Newcastle. I can't pick Man City. Every game is going to be a draw or lose. I don't care. They have to draw one, so I'm not going for them.
Not happening against Newcastle, mate. I'm telling you.
It's going for them. But yeah, guys, if you want to get involved, do your predictions in the comments and see if you can beat myself, Tobias, and 1906. All right. I don't even want to talk about the game because the game against Real Madrid and Man City. The only thing I want to talk about is Man City choking again. They basically choked again, yeah? Man City choke again. This is the third time now they've got the...
You know what, yeah, that's what that flag is there. Get off my screen, bro. You know, I was praying for that to happen.
You want to get Frenchie around to put that up, mate.
I was working all sorts of powers, bro.
I'm telling you, I swear Tobias done that on purpose. All right. I'm going to sort that in a minute. But yeah, Man City choking again. This is the third time now. Champions League final, choked. Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid, choked. They got to the semi-final again against Monaco, choked. They were 14 points clear of Liverpool. Liverpool cut it down to 1 point. If this was any other manager, to an extent, Klopp as well, because I think Pep and Klopp are kind of the darlings of the English media. If he doesn't win the league and Liverpool overtake him and he doesn't win anything, should Pep be under serious pressure?
Money in the bank, man. Like, it's hard. Like, what do you go to from Pep? Somebody's guy.
Go on.
And his Wi-Fi, you know.
It's five optic. I'm there. I'm listening. Go on.
That just threw me off now as well. No, it's but yeah, it's not been great. But it's his arrogance sometimes, though. The same player, like, how do you put on Grealish? That's what you take off De Bruyne. I see it kind of worked, but do you take him off? Do you take your biggest player off?
All right.
No.
I hear what you're saying. All right, go
What
on.
we can create
What
somewhere.
that game was asking for, or what Man City was asking for, was someone to stretch City.
Mm.
How you've got Sterling now with unbelievable pace, but you put Grealish on.
Yeah. All right, with Pep doesn't like Sterling's not his type of player, but he takes off De Bruyne and he brings on Grealish. You got to remember, they've spent £100 million on this guy. This guy is
But he took
supposed
off
to.
De Bruyne.
Wait. Go on.
He took off De Bruyne for Gundogan.
All right, but he brought on Grealish during the
For whom?
second
Who
half.
did he bring him on for?
Was it for Bernardo Silva or was it Bernardo Silva?
No, Silva stayed on to the end.
Jesus.
It wasn't Mahrez, was it?
Jesus came off. So he brought on Grealish. But you talked about Grealish coming on, but Grealish costs 100 million. This 100 million is supposed to be the game changer from being semi-finals of a Champions League to a final of a Champions League. Grealish had 2 massive chances, and he didn't put them away. So to me, when you're worth £100 million, them 2 chances are sitters, and they're the difference. They're the difference between them going to a Champions League final and not. And if this was any other manager spending £100 million on a player who is basically a sub, and you still don't get to a Champions League final, should Pep be under pressure?
It's hard to say that. At the end of the day, money for City, whether it's 100, 150 mil, it's irrelevant, isn't it? It's for us or for them, it's irrelevant. You know what I mean? We may talk about it, but buying Grealish could have just been filling the English quota. Could be looking ahead. We know that the premium English tax. Look at Harry Maguire. Look at Wan-Bissaka. They paid 54 stones, for God's sake. How many years ago?
No, I hear. You know what? I hear what you're saying, and Maguire's got a lot of stick for the price tag, and plus he's just an average player. But if, say, Grealish was at Man United, don't you think he would have got more stick at Man United than he's getting a stick at Man City? Because for someone who's cost 100 million, I know he doesn't make the price tag, but but that's 100 million pounds for a guy who's basically done nothing. And this was his time to shine, to come on in the semi-final, and he's missed 2 sitters.
Why was Grealish worth 100 million?
But he's worth 100. I know he's not.
Why? Because beforehand he wasn't playing for England. He's only started playing for England since he's gone to Man City.
Yeah.
Beforehand he's never played for England. He wasn't a starter nowhere. Like he's an English. He's like a Gaza type character. You know, where the English media love him because he's a pretty boy and all the rest of it. Certain things are acceptable for certain players. He's like the new age David Beckham type of thing, isn't it? But I don't think he was worth 100 mil. You liked him at one point. You was raving.
I did. And you know what? I was raving him. I thought,
Did you say he should come to Liverpool?
No, I liked Grealish. No, I said he never suited Liverpool's style. But when he was at Aston Villa, I loved him. I thought this guy's a baller. But the more you thought about it, when he went to Man City, I always knew he's going to struggle. Because what he is, he's good on the ball, but he doesn't have the athleticism. He doesn't have the work rate. And I don't think he'll ever have that. And I think Pep maybe thought he could mold him into, you know what Bernardo Silva is now? Because Bernardo Silva was a wide player and he's converted now into a midfield player who can kind of do everything, who's got the work rate with the technical ability and can nick a goal. But I don't think Grealish has got that in his locker in a sense of the athleticism, the fitness to play in that midfield 3. So he's tried to play him in a false 9. To me, I don't think he has the intelligence to play in a false 9. And out wide, I don't think he's good enough to play out wide for a Man City.
Grealish only works when he's the main focal point in the team. There's better players in Manchester City, so he's never going to be the focal point of the team. That's his biggest problem. Grealish always wants too many. He wants to have the most touches in the team. So whether he loses it or not, and the amount of time he used to get the ball at Villa, he was going to create. And yeah, he's got ability. I'm not denying it. But it's sort of a bit of a James Maddison effect. I don't think. I think James Maddison's very similar in terms of what he can offer. Is what Grealish is. They're very and the personality. I don't think the personality matched up with Pep either. It wasn't. That's not his type of person as an individual. And I didn't think it worked that way. But it was just too similar. It's like Real Madrid yesterday. They had Rodrigo to come on. Something different. Like Camavinga.
He's a player, by the way.
Can play. You know what I'm saying? And like he's hardly played. So these youngsters, they come on, and Rodri was treading water when he was trying to run down Camavinga for that penalty. Because Camavinga started it, didn't he? Done that direct run through the middle. But he had Vinicius is a problem because he's different. His quality is not always there.
But he's a threat.
He's effective. He's effective, and he puts you on the back foot. He makes defenses run the other way. And when you've got quality like Modric picking them out, it's always going to be, you're always going to have a chance. And Benzema, say less about Benzema because
best in the world right now.
Listen, he has sacrificed his whole game for others throughout his whole career,
100%.
or since going to Real Madrid anyway, because he's never been looked at as that focal point for some reason. I don't know why. Fair play to Ancelotti. Benzema's the man right now at his age as well.
34. All right, but going back to Man City, yeah. Pep. Was it Pep's fault that they're out, or is it just the players choking? Because Pep's fault.
I don't know. I would say I would say Pep had it all right. He had it all right. I just think it was legs and nerves.
If you agree with what he done, then I'm definitely going the opposite way. No.
Go on, 906. What did you say? Go on.
No, I'm thinking start of the game, it was all out. You know, put it on them, get the early goal, everything else. I just think they just ran out of legs, and do you know what I mean? Just went pear-shaped. Their nerves crept in. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Pep could have done it any other way.
I'm talking more about the substitutions. I'm not talking about how he started or anything like that.
Okay.
It was the subs.
Yeah,
he got it wrong from when he took off Kyle Walker. I don't think you take off Kyle Walker and put on Zinchenko. I think you put on Nathan Ake.
I think while Kyle Walker was injured, he had to come off eventually.
No, he had to come off. I say you put Nathan Ake on there instead. Personally, I'm not saying that just because I would have been more comfortable defensively with Ake than Zinchenko.
And the thing is as well, Ake's played the last couple of games. So that was a weird one because Ake's been playing. He's been playing for the last couple of games. I just feel that mentally, I just don't think this team's tough enough to go through certain situations. They're mentally weak in a sense of when teams are constantly putting them under pressure. I don't want to go to the Liverpool game, but the Liverpool game when we beat them 3-2 in the semi-final. We put them under pressure. They crumbled because this is a team that's not used to being under pressure. Man City's style is come out the traps quick, especially the Premier League, come out the traps quick. They always get a goal within 15 minutes and control the tempo of the game. When the game's on a knife edge where another team's in it, that's when you see the vulnerabilities of Man City. And you saw it against Real Madrid. And even going back to the first leg, when you know, like Man United of like the late 90s and the mid 2000s, the Chelseas, the Liverpools, you know, when it's a Champions League night, semi-final, quarter-final, first leg, you feel the aura of the crowd. You feel the aura of the stadium. You saw it at the Bernabeu, where one goal turned into 3. And that's what happens at Old Trafford. That will happen at Anfield. That will happen now at Stamford Bridge. When I watch Man City, even the first leg when it's 4-3, I don't feel the aura of the stadium. The stadium can't suck 2-3 goals out of them. It will only be by Man City's great play. But when you go to, say, Anfield with the 4-0 against Barcelona, you just felt when we got one could turn into 3 within 10 minutes. And I don't feel their aura. It's the same thing used to happen at Old Trafford. They haven't got that aura in the Champions League, and they haven't got that history in the Champions League. That's just my opinion.
But you can't, it's hard with the fans because I know everyone takes the mick out of Man City about empty and all the rest of it. But it's true. They haven't managed to capitalize on their success because they won't yet. because their success is the new generation. So these new fans that they've got now are too young to be going to see Man City play. Because everyone older than them no one supports Man City unless you're from City, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whereas look, you got people from Midlands, you guys are from London, you support Liverpool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People travel from Ireland and Norway and all those type of places to go and watch Liverpool. So you're not going to get the benefit of City unless obviously they keep up with the success for another good 10, 20 years. They won't get that type of crowd.
But don't you think they won't get that type of crowd until they win the Champions League?
I don't think they get that because anyone new, unless you're from Manchester, like I know one person in London that supports Man City, which is mad.
Yeah.
And he always has from when it was in League Two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's very few and far between, and that's the difference.
I just feel like I kind of agree with what you're saying, but I just feel with Pep, I think especially the English media have put him on a pedestal of this all-time great manager, and I think he is an all-time great manager. But if he was going to pick the best manager of a generation, so the last 10, 15 years, who's the best manager? What do you class as the best manager? What's in the criteria? Because if you're going to go for the last, say, 15 years, 20 years, in the sense of when Mourinho came, Pete Mourinho, and so forth. If you're going to think of a manager, who's the best manager? How do you put that in a category?
Up there, doesn't he? I mean, Klopp has to be up there to stick with Origi. Do you know what I mean? And make those big decisions, bringing Origi on, and it working. Do you know what I mean? I think Klopp has to be up there as well.
1906 has got a tattoo of Origi somewhere. I swear.
I'm gonna mute him. I'm gonna mute him again.
Origi must have moved to his missus one time on
Saturday. This is personal. It is personal.
I keep seeing him maybe down Sainsbury's. No, not really. But it's like. Yeah, I mean, I'll say Klopp. Then decisions made, them halftime talks. I mean, the turnaround and everything else. He has to be up there, doesn't he?
I'm not saying I can't say 20 years. If I'm saying the last 10 years, then you got to look between Klopp and Pep, isn't it?
All right, but if you're going by what is the criteria, because you've gone for Klopp and Pep, but none of you have sent Ancelotti.
No, but I was gonna shout out Ancelotti, I did earlier. But
if you just go by Ancelotti, if you go by trophies, no one could talk to Ancelotti. Ancelotti's won the league in 5 different leagues, the 5 top leagues.
Sorry, I thought you were just talking about over here and Prem, but no.
Overall, no, I'm just talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just overall manager.
Yeah, Ancelotti has to be.
That's what I'm saying. He has to be in the conversation. 5 trophies.
Yeah.
It's going to be the record 5 times he's going to be been in a Champions League final. I think he's won 3.
But he comes down a peg because he couldn't do it with Everton.
Yeah, but who could do it with Everton, bro?
To be fair, he wasn't being relegated with Everton. I know that.
He went for Everton for the payday. He got a fat wad of cash.
Yeah.
Second Real Madrid started calling, he was gone. Any sort of big club was calling, he was gone.
I think he signed the Real Madrid deal while he was still at
I'm telling you.
While he's still at Everton, 2 weeks in.
It's hard. It's hard to judge Pep. I think everyone is aware of why it's hard to judge Pep. Yes, Pep plays a nice brand of football, although it's not always pleasing in terms of when he's. I would like to see him. I think you've said it before, Shaq. As what Klopp's done is start a project, and not have that open checkbook, because like you've not done anything that anyone else couldn't have done, I don't think. Yeah. I'm not saying anybody else, but like you said, give Ancelotti the same resources. He'll probably give you the same. Mancini won the league with City with a lesser team. Yeah. And Pellegrini done bits for City. If you want to talk about it,
he won the league as well.
What has he done that the rest haven't? What he was meant to do was win the Champions League. Yes, he's won domestic trophies, and I've always praised him because he's made the League Cup good again. Everyone wants to win the League Cup because it's a trophy, and everyone wants to win a trophy. But you can't knock what he does because he still keeps millionaires motivated, and that's probably the hardest part of the job.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the new age now.
I think if you go for, I think you can kind of put them in categories. I think if you go for trophies, you go for Ancelotti and maybe Jose. But if you go for a person who's like innovated football in a sense of made an era of football where I watched an academy game the other day and everybody's playing away like Pep. You're getting 8-year-olds. You know what you're getting? That's what I'm saying. But this is what Pep's done. You're getting 8-year-olds, goalkeepers playing from their feet, rolling from the back, getting involved in the keep ball sessions because they got to get better with their feet. And I think Pep has made that, especially in this country anyway.
In England,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Yeah, in this country. Because
but there was always that transitional period in England anyway, from when Barcelona done what they done against United and Arsenal, in a sense where they was the leading force, and that was a change in dynamics when you started in England. You started seeing smaller players get given a chance because it was brutish football in England. That's the way it was. But everyone talks like Pep started this whole football thing. I don't agree. This has been ongoing throughout the years.
Well, I hear you, but I'm saying in England, I think he has started a trend of teams playing from the back, wide players, not even wide players, but fullbacks cutting into midfield. Because you've seen that with Trent now. Trent's cutting into midfield deep and being a playmaker. I think he's them little things he has put a stamp, especially in the British game, in the English game. He's done that because I watched this 8-year-old academy game. It just felt like Pep. Like this is how the little kids are playing. They're playing from the back. Goalkeepers are rolling the ball out. They're playing from their feet. They're playing into the front man and interchanging and the pressing and stuff like that. So I think he's done this in that country. But I think someone like Klopp he's a bit different in a sense of he's a builder.
More direct.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His style's complete opposite. But as a manager, he likes to build a club and eventually get them to the top and compete every single year. And that's what he's done with Liverpool.
I mean, even with Diaz, as much as everyone praises him, Klopp will turn around and say, he's going to be a good force. He will become a good footballer. And you got everyone saying, "Well done, he is a good footballer." But Klopp's like, he's got more to come. He's got more to come.
I said as soon as I saw him play, I said, "Yeah, you lot." That was the difference. That signing Diaz. If you didn't sign Diaz, then I don't think you'd be in the position you're in now.
Okay. All right. One thing we're going to go talk about Liverpool, the quad. All right. If Man City don't win the league, should Pep be under serious pressure? Yes or no? If they don't win the league,
yes. No. He had the opportunity to go clear. He should have won it ages ago. He got consistent results, but he should still be 14 points ahead of us, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's got to stop though. Calling for a change. How can we be talking about Pep being under pressure?
But why? Okay, so the money he spent this year and was close to getting Harry Kane for 100 odd million, and he wins nothing. He wins nothing.
But then
he was 14 points. This is what I was talking with 1906. Sorry to cut you, but talk about 1906. I think if roles were reversed and Klopp was 14 points clear and Man City chased them down, I think it would be a bigger deal. I think Pep is like the master of deception. I think it's just people have just kind of dismissed it, or because Man City are not the biggest club, they've got the great players and great manager. But I feel if this was vice versa and Klopp was 14 points clear and City chased them down and won it, I think it would be a bigger deal because I don't think that deal was kind of, I think it's kind of brushed under the carpet. Don't you feel it should be more of a bigger deal? People should be talking about it more. That's a lot of points.
People should be talking about it a bit more. But I don't think it'd be too much difference. I know you said, I get what you're saying, but I don't think there'd be too much difference because look, role reverse it. Would you call for Klopp to go?
As a Liverpool supporter, hell no. But I'm just saying that should they? I think he would be under pressure. I
don't think he would be.
2-0 down at Villarreal, and I was calling the cab for him, mate. I'm telling you.
What?
I was about to get the plane out and fly over.
What do you think these managers like Pep and Klopp are easy to come by? Do me a favor.
No,
I'll keep calling for him to be sacked.
No. Listen. Everyone's
searching for that perfect manager, isn't it?
Listen, it's like that's like saying I remember the days when Fergie would go a season or two without a league, and there's no such thing when you got a manager like that because you're never going to win it every year. Like there's always going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be times that you're going to have to go through your whole squad because it's like Liverpool are going to have to do it soon because that first current generation that first team he built is aging. So
I think he's sliding.
If Klopp comes out with if we come out with just a Carabao, I'm not going to scream for his head. Do you know what I mean? But pressure. As hold on, what happened there? We was on the quad, and then slowly but surely, it's diminishing. If that was the case, but no, I won't call for his head. I'll be like, yeah, we still got him, and give thanks for that.
All right, quad. We'll just talk about. We'll just go on to Liverpool anyway. So quad's still on for Liverpool. 6 games to go. I think we're the only club to be this close to win all 4. Win 6 games. If Liverpool win 6 games on the spin, they're guaranteed the treble. Well, 7 games if you could include in 6 games. So we would win the treble. So we win the league. No, we win the Champions League, the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup. If Liverpool do win the quad, Liverpool the greatest English side ever?
Yeah.
Tobias?
Yeah. Even in black and white TV. Yeah.
Listen. Generational. I thought I went through it the other day. I thought, was it a disappointment that Fergie didn't win more than 2? No. Because you look at the quality of Italian football throughout his era. You look at the quality of the Spanish football when they had their time. And obviously, you had the domestically as well. Like, no, it wasn't. Generation now, you knew it had gone bad from when Real Madrid won 4 on the spin. You knew the quality of football worldwide had dropped. If Real Madrid are winning 4 on the spin.
Yeah, but the great Barcelona team, what everybody talks about with Iniesta and Xavi, that didn't win 2 on the spin.
No,
but that was the end of when it was coming towards the end of the elite players. That's when Messi was hitting his peak. But
it's coming to the end, but they were still about. Do you know what I mean? I think it's just generational. Currently, you guys are flying. All do you?
Get it out.
But let's not get excited and say ever. I don't like the word ever.
Well, we're talking about.
I'm not in a position to judge.
You have to go up there, didn't you?
You know what I'm saying? In the generation of in the last what can you say? In the last 10 years? Would you say even say last 10? I don't think you can because Real Madrid won 4 on the spin. So you can't say last 10 and the best team ever.
No, I'm not saying Liverpool the best team ever. Liverpool the best English club team ever if they won the quad.
No.
I've still seen a better Liverpool team, to be honest. 70s.
I think we agreed in previous podcasts that football has declined. It's on a slow decline, and it needs something to pick it back up again. I don't know what it's going to be, but the decline seems to happen. The more money that gets pumped into it, and I'm not blaming any of the players, and the players deserve to get all the money that they're getting. But how do you keep someone motivated, and how do you keep someone on the right track, and how do you keep that hunger in someone? It's like boxing. Why has boxing got that decline now? Why is UFC better than boxing?
Yes, money.
Why we got Tyson Fury talking about is the best ever? You telling me Tyson Fury is the best boxer ever? Best heavyweight ever?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just putting a question out there, but I hear what you're saying, and I think it is more than likely it is generational. I don't know. It's a tough one. I feel Liverpool will be the best.
You feel they are. This is what burns my soul.
No, I don't. You know what?
Faces,
you know what? What it is? It's the, you know what it is? If Liverpool do win the quad, I just know no matter
I'm
what.
not coming on this shit again.
There you go. If Liverpool do win the quad,
I'm not coming on it again. Never. Don't call my phone. I'm done at it. They win the quad. I'm not coming on it again. No chance.
Hey, listen. Me and Shaq, we're going up for the parade. If it happens, you
gotta come. You gotta come.
You gotta come. Mad.
Come on, I'll buy you into
Listen. I'd rather chew rocks, bro. I'm gonna be hiding. I'm gonna be hiding in that hole that Frenchie's been hiding in since them man have started losing because I can't see him.
With a search party for Frenchie.
Yeah, I've seen Frenchie with his head down, mate. I'm telling you, I talk football and he's like, yeah. I've got to do some painting, you know.
When she starts talking French now, you start talking to him about football. I don't speak English, bro. He starts talking the French lingo. Listen, he don't want to speak football no more. When he was sitting there smiling, like, I got no worries. Shut up, man.
Well, we were saying in the previous podcast, so people, if you want to watch previous podcasts, we were saying when Chelsea, I think just before Christmas, and we were saying Chelsea will maybe just winning 1-0, nicking results. And me and myself and Tobias were saying to Frenchie, where are your goals? At the moment, at that time, I think Lukaku was regularly getting goals.
Yeah.
But we looked at everybody else. It was like, where are your goals? So if Lukaku gets injured or he goes a loss of form, where are you going to score? Frenchie was saying to us, it don't matter. We've got goals everywhere.
That was the time. You know when it was winning 1-0 was when their defenders were scoring. Like the Reece
and they were keeping clean sheets.
Clean sheets. And he was talking, I'm not worried.
You're worried because you could be in Europa League in a couple of games. So it's absolutely crazy. But like I said, Chelsea in trouble. Are Chelsea in trouble? Chelsea are 3 points ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal win their game. Chelsea don't. They end up being third or joint third with Chelsea. Chelsea don't win the FA Cup. Tuchel spent £100 million on a striker who was supposed to be their saviour in a sense of to close the gap on Man City. Say that. I'm not even saying close the gap on Liverpool because a lot of pundits and people on this podcast writ us off because of the injuries. So it was basically, can they close the gap to City because they just won the Champions League? You thought they were going to kick on. It hasn't worked. They haven't. Lukaku hasn't worked. They haven't got the goals. Now they're fighting for top four. Does Tuchel in serious trouble if they don't win the FA Cup?
I'll let you run 1906.
I don't think I think he's going to get the legs to run. I think he has to put it in his way, doesn't he? He's still got a load of players that he doesn't. I don't know. He has to bring in his own team, so I don't think he's going to be in trouble if he doesn't win anything this season. If he qualifies, for Champions League, I think he gets away with it. But I don't think he has to. If he loses the FA Cup, I don't think it's going to be a major.
But you look at Abramovich. Abramovich has sanctioned £100 million striker. This was the striker was going to close the gap and take them past Man City and win the title. It hasn't worked.
Did he want him though?
But if he didn't want him, or if he didn't, or did,
was it a case of we've got a chance of getting him? Let's have him in. He's going to sell some shirts. Do something with him.
Yeah, but you've got him. So you've got him. This is what I'm saying. You know what Lukaku's about. You play to Lukaku's strengths. I don't understand why you haven't played to Lukaku's strengths. It felt like you did at the start, and when he's done that interview, it's just gone pear-shaped, and you've kind of eased him out the team and gone a different way. But you look at the other strikers they've got, Havertz, Werner. None of them have got a resume in a sense of scoring goals like Lukaku. So, what don't you think it was in Tuchel's best interest to try and get the best out of Lukaku and build the team around Lukaku? It's like what we said. A lot of pundits were saying about Ronaldo. Ronaldo's the problem. We never said Ronaldo's the problem. You just got to build a team for Ronaldo to score. and that's what's happening. He scores goals. If you build a team for Lukaku, don't you feel Lukaku will score the goals that maybe makes Chelsea closer to Man City and Liverpool?
Honestly,
No.
I think Lukaku's. Oh, he's a good player. He's a decent player. I ain't saying he's dead food or nothing, but I just think Lukaku's had his times to shine, and I think he's just tripping up over his own laces myself.
But if I recall, I think I was the only one at the time said, "Are we forgetting who this Lukaku is?"
100%.
I think I said, "Are we
Yeah,
over egging Lukaku right now?"
Yeah,
Because
100%.
Lukaku is still Lukaku. He went to Italy. He's going to bully all their centre halves because it's something new. This is why Tammy Abraham's doing what he's doing over there. He's scoring goals, 25 plus goals over there, because they're not used to that type of player.
Yeah.
So, but I understand where Shaq's coming from when he says, "Did Tuchel?" Because basically he's saying, "Did he cut off his nose to spite his face?"
Yeah.
After the interview, there is a bit of that where you can sort of say, "You know what? Okay, keep that, bank it, bank that one, keep it, keep him happy because that's all you have at the minute."
Yeah.
And then at the end of the season, reevaluate. Just use him for the time's sake. But then does that diminish Tuchel's respect in the changing room at that current time? So, you know what I'm saying? You can't come out and say things like that.
100%. 100%. I hear you. But if a new chairman comes in and Tuchel goes to the chairman, well, I need a so-and-so striker. As a chairman, if I'm a chairman, wouldn't you think the chairman say, well, you've got your last chairman's sanctioned you £100 million on a striker. You need to make that work because you've had the tools and the money to close the gap on Man City and Liverpool, and you haven't.
But although the new owner can't really say that, because Tuchel can say, look, it hasn't worked out. He's not a positive in the dressing room. He said what he said and disrespected his authority. So there's only really, I get why he done it, and most big managers will do that they will cut off their nose to spite their face. Like, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? That's what they'll do. But I don't think he'll be under pressure. It's hard to manage Chelsea where they are currently in terms of ownership. You've got Rudiger's gone, Christensen's gone. You've got players that are going that are still playing. You know what I mean? Everyone must sit there thinking that their future's in the balance. So that's Abramovich. That fear for Abramovich is now gone. Has left the building. So let's see what the newest establishment brings, and let's start again next season. I think they'll have enough to nick fourth. If Arsenal do it, I can't cope.
All right, if Arsenal cut
to bloody Champions League,
if Arsenal come third, if Arsenal come third, Arteta in a shout for manager of the year.
No, one game a week.
Third.
One game a week.
But third though.
One game a week.
Remember, third.
One game a week and spent the most money in this season in the Premier League.
Nah.
Yes, it's a minimum requirement, really.
Yeah.
Like that. You better thank God that everyone else has been so shit.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
It's minimum requirement.
Like, you spent the most money and you've had one game a week. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
No excuse.
That's my opinion on it.
All right, we haven't spoke too much on Ten Hag in Man United. We've got you, so we've got Tobias, Man United. So Ten Hag, your new manager. All right, they've a lot of pundits and a lot of radio hosts and podcasters have talked about Ten Hag. What's the minimum requirement for Ten Hag in his first season? What do you want him to do in the first season for Man United to get behind, or Man United fans to get behind Ten Hag?
For Ten Hag has got to follow the Klopp mantra, isn't it? For one, you've got to get rid of what's perceived as the wood rot within the dressing room. Like, you've got way too many players either been there too long, on too much wages, or not fulfilling what they're meant to be doing or fulfilling their potential. So he's got to clear out. He can't have the restrictions, let's say, Mourinho had. I didn't want Martial to go at the time, but if your manager wants Martial to go, and that's who you've entrusted with your team, you can't, as a board, then say no, because your power for your manager is then gone. He's got to have free reign to do whatever he wants. So if that means get rid of Ronaldo, that means get rid of Maguire. That's what you got to trust him to do. Like that's what he's there to do, because he's got to make United a collective again. He's got to make United play attractive football. That is my minimum requirement, to see a pattern, to see somewhere where we're going. The last time I saw that was Van Gaal. Everyone hated Van Gaal because he was slow and lethargic, but you knew you can't concede if you've got the ball. And that was Van Gaal's mantra. Like Nick won, you can't concede if you've got the ball. It wasn't great, and he didn't have great changes or anything like that, but that's the only time I've seen a pattern or saw something in terms of there's a route to the first team from the youth and things like that. He's got to go back to basics, man. He's got to do what Man United are used to. That's bringing through youth and showing a way to get into the first team, because currently there's not. And who's the last one really? Rashford.
Yeah.
Like,
what about? Go on. No, I'll say, what about places in the league? Is Champions League a minimum requirement for next year, or winning a trophy, or like a Europa League if you're in Europa League next year?
I think Europa League is important because it gives you that opportunity to get into Champions League without the top four requirement. So if he's in the top four race and obviously latter stages of Europa, and you're involved, then which he should be. I don't see, with the issues that Chelsea are currently having. I'm still not highly concerned about Arsenal.
I hear you.
You
can't trust them.
Yeah, they don't. I don't put no fear into me. There's always Tottenham, but Tottenham are always Tottenham. If you know what I mean.
I still think it's going to end in tears because Conte won't get what he wants. I think him and Levy will part ways eventually.
And then I can see the homecoming of the Messiah, Poch, and they get Poch back, and everyone's happy again, and they're reset because his stock has dropped at PSG. Where's he going now?
Is Poch unfinished business, or
he's saying he's staying there next year?
He's
staying there next year. He said he's staying there next year, and so is Mbappe.
You know what that is, yeah? That is, I want that payout. Yeah. I'm not walking. So I'm here next year unless these lot decide to pay me an extra, like a mad amount to get me gone. Yeah, of course. If I'm sitting on a contract of a year or two left, I'm staying there as well. I'm not going to be like, I think it's my time. No, sack me.
100%. But yeah, it's going to be interesting with Man United next year. I think if he can, he needs to bring in three or four players. It's got to be ruthless in certain players. I think he's got to make an example out of one, i.e. Harry Maguire, even a De Gea, someone like that. I know you love De Gea, but I'm just saying someone who is a big name, who's been there, but you be ruthless and say, no, I'm going to make an example out of you. You're going to go, and I'm going to bring this player in just to show the rest of the squad I'm not playing about. This is serious football.
But I know we've been linked with a lot of Ajax players, but do I think that's the way forward? I don't think
you have to clear that trust.
I don't think you can come to the Premier League and then predominantly
I think personally, if I'm Man United, he has to get 2 players Premier League experience, 2 players from Europe, because that gives you the banker. So someone like a Basuma at Brighton, he knows the Premier League. He's better than what you've got. He's not elite, but with a bit of coaching, he could go on to the next level, if you know what I mean, 1906.
Yeah.
They need that type of player. And they need a centre-half who maybe knows the Premier League, who's very good, but
Yeah.
has the potential to leap to the second stage and be a top centre half. But I think he needs to be ruthless like that.
He has to get that spine working. He has to create that spine.
Yeah,
the goalkeeper, defence, the midfield, the playmaker, the holding midfielder, to the striker. Do you know what I mean? How he wants to play. If it's a case of, I haven't studied him. I haven't studied the style of his play. If he plays with, like a Klopp thing of midfielders up front, and or he plays with strikers. I haven't looked at it, to be honest. But he has to create that spine, and if he doesn't, it's going to be, is it going to be another buckling under the pressure from above to say, yeah, you have to get that star signing. It may not work for you, just like Lukaku and Chelsea. It may not work for you, but they just throw one at him.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, we're having Ronaldo is a player. He's still at it for his age, and he's going to sell shirts. Do you know what I mean? Are they still going to be that business, or are they going to be the football team?
I think they're going to be the football team. I think they've realised it doesn't work.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna go with the blueprint what Klopp's done, and basically, you know what? We need a spine. We need a gradual process. We can't shortcut the road back to victory, if you know what I mean. That's what Man United were doing, the shortcutting, trying to buy fake superstars and try and stay at the top. But I think they'll have to have a plan, and they realize it's going to take between 3 to 4 years to to catch Liverpool and Man City and to try and stay with them.
Yeah, you can't be like this hurry come thing. Do you know what I mean? Of like, we're going to get 6 players in, and then pray they all hit the ground running. It can't work like that. It can't work like that. It's going to take him to get his squad.
I said
3 seasons.
I think he's got to be 3 years. I think 3 years. God, sorry, 906. Go on.
I always say a manager should have 3 seasons, unless like in their first season, do you know what I mean? It looks like they're about to get kicked out of the league or whatever. But you should have 3 seasons to clear your drafts, get your team in, and work with your team. That should take 3 seasons.
In that 3 years,
has he got the time to do it?
I think he has. I think he has. I think Man United have realised. I think 10 years has been enough now, and I've told Tobias it's going to be 10 years. And I think after 10 years, you realise you can't sugarcoat it. You can't cut corners. You've got to do the thing properly. And I think Man United have realised now where it's going to take between 3 to 4 years of either just competing with Man City and Liverpool. I'm not even saying going for title challenge, just to stay in 10, 12 points behind Liverpool and Man City. Yeah. And it's got to take a gradual process, because it shows that you try to take corners, what Man United have done for 10 years, and just buy any sort of superstar, it hasn't worked. And I think they will go. I think Ten Hag looks like that manager has that 3 to 4 year plan to try and catch Man City and Liverpool. But it'd be interesting though.
But you got to shout out Ralph though.
Yeah, Ralph
just exposed everybody.
Yeah, he's a G. He's the most honest guy I've seen in ages.
All the English media hate Ralph to kill him. You know what? Ralph has been the only one that has said it how it is, bro. Like, this is a mess.
You can't hide
anymore. How many times does he tell you that this squad is not good enough?
Yeah, 100%.
He tells you blatantly. He just says it as it is, man. Like, it's not been good enough. Like, transfers from top to bottom. Like, this team needs a whole new look. Needs a personality change. It's embedded in the culture.
Yeah.
Rashford, if Ten Hag's smart, Rashford's
what? That's what I'm saying. What do you do with Rashford, Tobias? Do you give him one more year, or do you put him on loan, or you sell him?
Sell him. The problem is with Rashford, we set out the stall because you give him 250. You already given him 250. So what's his next contract going to be? You're telling me you're gonna sit there and give Rashford 350?
But what club's giving him 250?
Plus.
But what club's giving him 250 though? He has to take a pay cut anywhere he goes.
That's your business. That's your business. Gotta go. This is the problem. Do you know what I mean?
I can see it like Arsenal myself.
So what? Then go.
I reckon go Arsenal. Or if he wants that kind of salary, Newcastle.
Take Lingard with you.
Yeah, Newcastle's a great shout, to be fair.
Yeah, go
How
Newcastle.
do you feel about Lingard not getting a little farewell? What's going on there?
What is this? What? Listen, all of this. I see the tweet that his brother put out, and all of this blood, sweat, and tears. What, you didn't get paid for that blood, sweat, and tears? No,
A hefty wage as well.
You didn't get paid good money for that blood, sweat, and tears.
Straight.
You're not sitting on 130 bags a week for that blood, sweat, and tears. Shut your mouth, man. Go on.
But they blocked his move, though, didn't he? He was on a little.
No.
He was on a little move.
Ralph didn't. The board did. That's not Ralph's business. That's not Ralph's business.
But saying that, 1906, when he was on loan at West Ham and he was having that great form, he could have went in the summer. He chose to wait.
You chose to
go
back.
Yeah, he could have went. He chose to come back.
Blocked all moves and they weren't selling him.
Like the summer.
Kinds of stupid prices.
What he tried to do is be clever. He tried to be clever and try to wait and see if other clubs come in where West Ham were interested. West Ham Man United were going to do a deal in the summer. But he wanted to wait because he saw Newcastle money come through and other clubs in Europe were after him. So he tried to wait. And it was getting close to the season, to the transfer window. Man United said, "No, you ain't going nowhere now. Like we'll take the losses afterwards, isn't it? You're going to stay with us."
But that was the board, though, because Ralph said in January he can go.
Yeah,
Ralph didn't want him. Ralph said, "Yeah, you can go. You're not offering me none."
That's what I'm saying. The new man comes in. Who's making the decisions? Is it the board on him, or is he got to have a free reign? I don't think it's going to have. I don't know. I hope he has. I want to see
who makes the decisions at Liverpool?
Klopp.
Who makes the decisions at Man City?
Pep.
Who are the two best teams in the league?
100%. There you go.
Like you did this whole director of football business and all the rest of it. For me, there's got to be that model can work, but
Liverpool do have kind of like they have a committee.
But you're not giving Klopp someone he doesn't want.
No, but there will be. But the thing is, there's a committee, but there's a judgment on the committee, if you know what I mean. Because Salah wasn't Klopp signing. Salah wanted Bernard at Dortmund first, but the scouts and the committee said, "Listen, if you look at the analytics, if you look at how his trajectory, he's built for us. Trust me, get Salah, and he will explode." And he trusted his judgment.
But this is what I'm trying to say. It's a team aspect, isn't it? It's not one person making the decision over the other. It's coming together as a collective. But at the end of the day, if Klopp didn't want Salah,
100%.
Klopp wouldn't have had Salah.
100%.
Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're right. 100%. All right, guys. We're coming to an end of the podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so it can grow. If you come in and watch it, just press the like button so it can grow to other people. You will see us on the Monday show, so the Monday debate show, and we'll be talking about the topics of the Premier League. Hopefully, the Mighty Reds get their 12th win on the spin against Spurs. Brighton do a job against Man United. And hopefully the Ev lose again and they get what they deserve and they get relegated, because that's what I want to see. Not because it's because I'm a Liverpool supporter and I'm from London. I don't feel, I've heard a lot of man from Liverpool who support Everton or support Liverpool. They don't want Everton to go down, if you know what I mean, because they've got like cousins and brothers who support basically Everton. Me, I don't care, because I'm not from that I'm not actually from Liverpool. I want them to go down, not because I don't really have a problem with Everton, because I know when we play Everton, we get minimum 4 to 6 points. So I like them in the league because I know what I'm going to get from them every year.
Yeah.
But I want them to go down for what they have done. Just the bad business after bad business. You have to have a consequence. And somehow Everton have always
stayed up. And I think them sacking Rafa, yeah, I know you didn't like Rafa at the start, but Rafa doesn't get you relegated.
Adrian
That's
Rafa.
for one. Adrian
Rafa.
Rafa doesn't get Everton relegated. And I think they had this Pereira guy who was the Porto manager. He was just about to take the job. But the protest Everton fans going crazy. We want an Englishman. You got Lampard now. This is what you wanted. So if you get relegated, don't get angry. This is what you wanted.
I don't know what part of Liverpool that you're talking about, because all I do know is everyone that I know, they want him to go down.
Well, I've heard on different podcasts and different shows that certain man, they don't want him to go down because they support Liverpool and their dad supports Everton and so and so and their cousin and their blah blah blah.
Special occasions, mate.
You would love to look across the dinner table at Everton if you're a Liverpool man and just go.
My missus dad would love nothing more than to see them get relegated.
Why? I want to see a big club go. I would like to have seen Newcastle go. That's not going to happen.
You know what? And I think actually I forgot this, because I thought about it when you were saying, Everton, would they be the biggest club to go down? For what?
I said Nottingham Forest are the biggest club to go down.
906 was like, and I was like, for what? When have Everton never been a big club?
I said Nottingham Forest are the biggest club to go down.
I say big club, all right, okay, all right. But they've been around. They've been around the Prem for a while. Do you know what I mean? Been around Div 1 for a while. They've been around for a while. I just want to see them buy. But I want to see a big club. Do you know what I mean? Put some fear into some other clubs and say, this could be you.
I know we're talking about it and history kind of repeating itself in the sense of another massive club like Everton going down and Nottingham Forest could potentially coming back up after how many years where we've talked about Everton being Nottingham Forest being the biggest club that to go down in the Championship. Don't you think Everton could do what Nottingham Forest? We won't see them for another 20 years or so. Because of the financial restraints, they're going to be in serious financial trouble if they get relegated.
But that team is set up. That is Championship fodder. That. Well, what Michael Keane and Godfrey and who's the other Holgate? That's That's Championship.
I won't be in that.
Storm that.
And the thing is, people think twice about getting Lampard in. Do you know what I mean? Clubs and Premiership clubs, they think twice. They think twice about getting Lampard in.
Calvin Lewin, even though he'd go. But no, I don't know. I think they'd come up.
I think they might do.
You forget balloon payments, though. You forget the balloon payments. They can always hold out for a season.
I know, but their wage bill is so high. They'll have to get rid of a lot of guys.
Calvin
massive wage law.
Charles you'll be able to get rid of straight away. People.
Tobias, would you take any?
No.
Not one?
Not Richarlison?
No?
No.
Well, but who's that man who's the back that's been at Everton since, I don't know, black and white?
Yerry Mina?
No.
Coleman? Seamus?
Coleman's about 40 now.
I know, but when you have him to steady your ship a bit.
I'll take Coleman as a squad player. Why not?
I'm just saying.
Anybody's better than Wapasaka.
You know what I'm saying? I'll take Coleman all day. Application and that. But I wouldn't take him as a starter. But you know what I'm saying?
Like a Milner to put standards right in the changing room and that.
Change room, get the changing room in order, get them the right focused and mentality right. For them purposes, but Richarlison doesn't do it for me.
No, 100%. But it'd be interesting. All right, guys, like I said, make sure you...
If anyone sees Frenchie, put it in the comments.
Guys, in the comments, put hashtag where's Frenchie because we're worried. We're worried. We ain't seen him. We ain't seen him since they lost since they came third. They were third spot. We don't know where he's gone. So put hashtag where's Frenchie. We need to find him. We're worried. It's been a while. Won't answer his phone. Oh, come on. It's everything.
I thought we must have knocked at his door.
We have to.
You have to go around and check on him, to be fair.
With a live cam.
Yeah.
Hashtag where's Frenchie?
Yeah, so
T-shirts
he doesn't need to
coming
turn up
soon.
and do it at his house.
But yeah, guys, like I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Just one more thing, actually. 1906.
Yes, what we
We're not
got?
going to talk about the Champions League final until it is the actual Champions League final. We'll do a build up. But I know you're scared that we've got Real Madrid because we both wanted Man City. We're scared of Real Madrid. But the last time Real Madrid lost the Champions League final was against Liverpool.
Yeah.
1981.
Yeah.
In France, in Paris.
History
can repeat itself again.
I don't believe
The
that.
omens. 1981 Champions League, Paris. It's gonna happen again. History gonna repeat itself.
You know the powers that Shaki's working with right now, yeah. He's got chicken bones on his windowsills.
Talking about chicken bones, he's the one who's got chicken bones. My flag was fine until my man talking about the flag. It was not bad. But he's got that Tuchel guy head on. Talking about me.
Make sure I don't see that dead flag again after the performance he's put on this podcast today. Yeah, look at his limb in the background.
I was shocked when I turned on. I was like, "What? We got backdrop now? Okay."
We're trying each week. We're trying to do the thing properly, innit?
I didn't realize E Street was still open for them type of things there, but
Amazon.
I thought they knocked down Elephant and Castle, man. That looked like straight out Elephant and Castle Market.
That's killing me, you know. It's all right. You're all right, man. Don't worry. I'm just on the hashtag quad, innit? Hashtag quad. It's coming. But yeah, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We are the Real Talk Football TV podcast, and we are out.